What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol back with another video. Today we're going to take a look at the Sideshow collectibles Commander Cody and whether or not you should be buying clones. That's right, guys, Ryan back with another video. Today we're going to take a look at the Sideshow collectibles 1/6 Commander Cody in preparation for the Hot Toys release that should be coming. Well, honestly, it should have already been here, but they keep delaying it, and I have a feeling it's going to be here soon. I don't know. I have no idea. I hope it is. But in preparation for that, I went ahead and picked this up. Now, you may not know this, but about 2 years ago, I bought like 12 clone troopers. There was 12 in one batch, and I bought like 15 or 20 of them at once. I bought like 11 or something, 12 from one person in Malaysia. So that was a crazy deal. I actually have a video. You can check it out right here. It's way back when. It's an old video. But yeah, it's one of those things. And most of those figures I've sold or traded over the years. And this was actually one I picked up, not in that batch, but in a future video or future haul. And I wanted to get it back. I wanted to get it back. So when I found one on Facebook, I just said, yeah, let's just go ahead and pick this up, knowing full well that I have the Hot Toys one pre-ordered, and I have full intentions of keeping both, honestly. And I'm gonna tell you why in this video. We're gonna take a close look at this guy. Now, first up, it's awesome. Look at him. It's freaking beautiful. It's great. Now there's some accessories that come with this one that are not going to come with the Hot Toys version. Actually, there's some accessories here that don't even come with this version. But I wanted to show you just a simple pose, nothing crazy, just right off the bat. I think this thing is beautiful. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figure, take a look at accessories, and we'll kind of get into this thing. I'll talk about why or why not you should be buying these things. So let's go ahead and let's break out some accessories. All right, so without a doubt, we have a whole lot of accessories. Now, some of which don't actually come with this figure. For example, this right here, this Battle Droid. This actually came with the Hot Toys Obi-Wan Kenobi Deluxe. This one and this like severed off head thing. So that doesn't come with this. And believe it or not, this stand, which you guys are seeing right here, is from the Sideshow Scout Trooper that I decided to use for this pose because, you know, why not? So that doesn't come with this. But what does come with this, if I put that right back there, is a plethora of hands. 3 different head options we got here, and something that Hot Toys really ought to do that they don't. So a couple of things here. If you've never had any experience with these Sideshow collectibles figures or clones, this is par for the course as far as accessories go. You're going to get a pile of hands. And one of the cool things I like about the hands, let's take a look at this one right here. This is actually, you're going to get a right and left version of this signaling hand, is they include a peg, a joint with every hand. So I love that. They do it with the feet, they do it with the hands, and you don't ever have to worry about these things. And they come out so easily. Not too easy where they just fall out, you know, just sitting there. But I love this. You don't have to worry about all this stuff because it actually pulls out right there. It's super easy. So you're going to have a right and a left version of the signaling hand, and you see the paint apps going on here. For this figure, I think it came out like 2014-ish, somewhere in that ballpark. The paint apps are actually pretty good. I'm not upset about them at all. So you're gonna get some of those. You're gonna get a right and a left thumbs up hand. If I can get this deal right there. A right and a left thumbs up hand. The Hot Toys version is gonna come with one, not both. So that's kind of an interesting move, but you see the paint apps there on the armor. So you're gonna get those. You're gonna get these signaling hands, which I think are actually pretty cool. So you're gonna get, actually there's 3 of these. Let's go ahead and bring them up here. You got one with like 2 fingers up, going like this. So that's pretty nice right there. You're gonna have another one with a pointing hand with just one going forward. I mean, you know, Cody is the commander. He's telling everybody where to go. And then you got the 2 fingers going forward. So there's that. So you got those going on. You're gonna have a right and a left fisted hands, just like any other figure would go. So that's nice. And you're gonna have a right and a left trigger hand. It's just like this. I've got the other one obviously on the figure. So there we go. And you got a right and a left kind of support hand for his blaster rifle. So there you go. So that's a pile of that. And of course, being Commander Cody, because you couldn't have Commander Cody without this, you have the Order 66 hand, which we're definitely going to get with the Hot Toys version, with the Sideshow version right there. Pretty nice done. And obviously we have an Emperor right there, and it just pegs right, boom, right there, just like you would expect it to do. So pretty well done right there. I kind of dig that. Now, one of the interesting things with this for a Sideshow collectibles piece, that we don't get with Hot Toys, and this is a major reason amongst all these awesome, you know, accessories we're going to get. This is one of the coolest reasons to pick up a Sideshow clone. I don't think, and I could be wrong, they haven't actually displayed in this or showed us what's going to come with those Phase 1 clone troopers that they teased us with the Anakin blogger photos, but I don't think they're going to come with these because, honestly, Hot Toys just, for whatever reason, doesn't do this. But you're going to get 2 flat feet that you normally get, as you can see them right here, but they also include 2 of these running pose feet. Check out the weathering. Obviously, we have a right and a left, but check out the weathering on this guy. Super, and of course, there's that peg again I was telling you guys about. So on the bottom, you got some weathering going on down there as well. But if you want to have him standing up just like this in a running pose, you can absolutely do this. It will balance just like that, that being flat right there. And I just think that's a cool addition for there. So I hope Hot Toys does this. Maybe they'll give us like some toe articulation like they are doing with the Spider-Man Far From Home homemade suit. The reissue of that, he's having articulated toes. Maybe they'll do that. I hope so, but based on previous Stormtroopers, and yeah, probably not. Probably not going to do that. It's going to be a hard molded plastic material, and this is really the way to go. So I'm super happy with that. So with Commander Cody, you actually get, again, more accessories that we're not going to get with the Hot Toys version. One, a super old portrait painted in the style of 2014 or 2015. Now, this is not a terrible, you know, a terrible portrait, but it's not up to today's standards. Obviously, the one we're going to get from Hot Toys is way, way better and way more advanced and way better paint techniques and sculpt and whatnot. But for the time, it's not terrible. I mean, I'm not going to display mine with this. I wouldn't, but I wouldn't yell at somebody if they decided to. For the time, it's not bad. We're going to get this. Now, this is where the money's at with this figure, I think, because we're not going to get this. This is just another accessory we're not going to get with the Hot Toys version, and that is this Phase 1 helmet, and it is gorgeous. So if you're a fan of the Phase 1 Clone Trooper design, as I am, this is a super cool piece to have. And we're not going to get that with the Hot Toys release. We're only going to get the Phase 2. We are going to get a way updated portrait, but the Phase 2 helmet, you're only going to get that with Sideshow, and it just pegs right in just like that. But this right here is super cool. You got to be careful with these little antennas. They are fragile, and you can't snap them off. Which brings me to the next piece. Because of my Phase 2 helmet, this little antenna has actually come unglued. Now, when I got this figure, I knew about this. They did try to glue it back on, but it just, I broke the seal on the glue. But it's okay. I'm not too worried about that. But, so there's all the accessories. Here's a pile of stuff. And let's take, I guess I could show you the blaster, which is not super exciting. I had to figure holding it. But there is the blaster. You get one blaster. It's not anything super exciting. It's just a regular, clone blaster. It's one of those things where it kind of pops up here. And mine actually is not bad. Most of the times these just kind of flop down, but mine's actually staying up there, so I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, there's no, I don't know, it's just flat. Not a whole lot going on with that. The figure itself, though, let me go ahead and get into this thing. If I can get you off the base. There we go. The person who I got this from actually customized the base, so that's kind of a nice touch. I don't hate that. Normally they're just flat. And there's nothing like this going on, so it was a nice touch. Yours won't come like this, so that's cool. You gotta have a normal crotch grabber, nothing special there. And then again, this is from the Sideshow Scout right there, so obviously it does come with that. The figure itself does come with, obviously, the Phase 1 helmet, the other portrait, and then we also have the Phase 2 helmet, which most people, I think, would probably display with. I think this is definitely a good-looking portrait. But, again, having the Hot Toys version with the Phase 2 helmet and then having the Sideshow version with the Phase 1 helmet, I think it's going to look pretty good on your display, depending on how you want your display to look. The paint apps for this guy, again, for the time, nothing, I can't really complain about this. I think they just did a really good job. And so I'm not upset about this at all. This is one of those antennas that you have to attach right here. The other antenna attaches right right in here somewhere, yeah, right there. And of course I broke it with the glue, but you can see right there, it's just a beautiful piece. You got weathering going throughout. Be careful with these antennas, obviously, because you can break those off, but I don't think there's really anything upsetting about this figure. I kind of like it. So it does have this backpack here that is magnetic. You can remove that quite easily. Sits right on there. Boom, done. So he's got that piece going on here. Obviously, he's got this thermal detonators going on back here. And he's got just piles and piles and piles of weathering. So again, here's the feet. These are the flat feet. And you're going to have your, you know, I want to run feet right here. So there we go. But check that out. Just super cool. So all kinds of cool stuff with this. So the question on the table is, should you buy Sideshow clones at this point? Hot Toys is clearly going to be making some Clone Wars figures. We've got Anakin coming. We've got Obi-Wan. We've got Phase 1 troopers coming. Clearly they're diving in. We've got Rex, which absolutely we'll be reviewing as soon as it comes out. Should you be buying these things? And the fact that I just picked this one up, I just picked up a Sideshow 6-scale Clone Trooper Deluxe Shiny version, which is essentially meaning, I don't know if you remember that episode from Clone Wars, they Rex and Cody called the Clone Troopers Shinies because they hadn't seen any battle, and then they did, and that's the whole thing. But I have that version coming. It has no weathering on it whatsoever. It should be here next week or this weekend or something like that. So we'll do a video on that. But the fact that I am adding these even after the announcement of Hot Toys bringing theirs out, there's a couple reasons I'm doing that. Okay, one, the accessories. You're going to get all kinds of different feet. You're going to get Phase 1 helmets, which I think is sick. You got piles of hands. One of the major reasons to get these is you can have them now. You can have it now. Now, whenever they announce the actual Clone Troopers, we know it's going to be a year and a half, 2 years before they actually show up, and we can enjoy these figures now. Now, some of them can be quite pricey, like the Clone Commanders and the ARC Troopers. Crazy prices right now, okay? The Star Wars hype is at an all-time high. It's just insane. So the ARC Trooper Echo and 5s, those things are selling for like almost $1,000 each. Personally, I don't see the value in that. I don't see that. And I'll show you some reasons why here in just a second. But people are hyped about that thing. They want to build their clone army. And if you're willing to spend the money on it, more power to you. I'm not judging you by any means. All I'm saying is, I don't think the figure warrants that price tag, okay? So let me show you why. One, we got a lot of good stuff. We got to talk about the bad, right? We can't all just be super hyped on the figure. Sometimes you got to just tell it like it is, right? So these older figures, the Sideshow bodies, they are loose, okay? They're not like if you've never had a Sideshow figure body and you're used to Hot Toy Stormtroopers, these things are loose. Okay, they just are. If you get them balanced perfectly, they will stand. But most of the time, if you got it off balance at all, you're gonna need to stand, okay? And sometimes even if you have it balanced, you need to stand, okay? And they're all different. Doesn't mean everyone is super loose, but they are not, these are not newer 6-scale bodies by any means, okay? Now the good thing about it is on the undersuit, these clones have a cloth undersuit, so it's not like the First Order Stormtroopers where you had that rubber that inhibits articulation. With these guys, I'll show you right here, these joints, I mean, you can go pretty far back. All these pieces are loose, okay? So you have to like rearrange them or whatever, but you can see right there, this is what I'm talking about being loose, okay? The arms, depending on what you got, mine are fairly good. I don't really have a whole lot of issues with this one. They're not flopping or whatever, but just in the tactile feel of this, you can tell this is not a Hot Toys newer body. This is clearly an older clone body, okay? Now, that doesn't mean it's bad. That just means don't get your hopes up or don't be disappointed if you get one. And it's loose, okay? You're gonna have some decent articulation here, which I don't expect we're gonna get on the Hot Toys version. I think this thorax here is gonna be fairly tight, all right? But we do have a pretty good range of motion there, so I'm pretty happy about that. The arms, again, these are loose, so you can move these around. Double jointed elbows, as long as you get the armor out of the way, you're gonna have no problems posing with those. And I mean, for the most part, you can do whatever you want. Now, again, these are where like the bendy feet come into play. If you want to get this guy, which I don't expect will ever, and I'm speculating. I don't think we'll ever be able to get a Hot Toys Clone Trooper whenever they do come out in one of these poses. If I put the right foot on there, it'd probably be way helpful. Is one of the benefits of having a looser body is you can do something. You can have them like down on a knee. Right? You can do something like this where, I mean, try this with any other Stormtrooper, Hot Toys Trooper. Try it. Let me know what you got. Because I'm going to bet you right now you can't do it. Okay? You can't do it. you can get them going way forward in here too, and it's just the benefit of having an extra momentum or mobility here in the knees and the torso. There's no way you're pulling this off with a stormtrooper. I mean, and if you try this with a first order trooper, oh my God, you'll just break your figure, which I have done before, so it's nothing crazy. So again, I think these are super good values. I think you should pick some up. If price range. Here's my thought. Sub $300. That's my like cutoff point for these. I think above $300, you're not getting value for money there. I just don't. If you're just super hyped on, ARC Trooper 5s and ARC Trooper Echo and the commanders like Commander Gaunch, Gree, and all these other guys, the commanders, they fetch a little higher price tag. But again, if I was going to go with a commander, I'm saying sub 400. Just a grunt or whatever else, like a regular deluxe or even some of the other militaries of war figures, definitely sub 300. I just think don't overpay for these things. They're awesome. They're fun to play with. They're going to look awesome on your display, but don't overpay for them is all I'm saying. So that's just my thoughts on that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Super fun video, super fun figure here. Again, I do have another clone on the way, and I expect to be picking up some more. I will be building a little bit of a clone army in preparations for Anakin and Obi-Wan and Rex and all those guys coming up. This guy right here is going to look awesome next to my Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's going to look awesome next to, if you got Attack of the Clones, Yoda. If you've got some Sideshow battle droids, I got some of those. If you'd like to see a video on the Sideshow battle droids, let me know and I'll make a video on them. I love those things. They're super fun. But I would definitely encourage you to pick some of these up if you can find some for the right price. That's what I would say. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you out. I hope you're enjoying your Star Wars collecting or Marvel collecting and whatever it is you buy. If you haven't already checked out our Facebook group, please do so. Link in the description below. And as always, guys, collect what you like. See you next time.